morning, everybody. My name is Ilia Regini, as you know, and this is the first time that you're going to be seeing me in a different element. I thought perhaps it would be best for me to do this sort of I actually was going to prepare something for you if we would have met in person, and I even bought all the little stack of these glasses, but obviously where we can't, so this is the next best thing. So you're going to see me here in my healing kitchen. You're going to see me working as a healing through food chef. And I would like to show you your healing breakfast here this morning. This is, if you can see it, I'm going to try to tip it so you all can see it. We have fonio, which I'm going to tell you all about. It's a new superfood. We have creamy fonio with a little bit of lemon Meyer oil. We have fresh blueberries here with a little bit of mint chiffonade. I love blueberries with mint. Oh my gosh, so delicious. And then we have some Bulgarian yogurt, which is a little bit sour, but it's very, very good for the gut because it's loaded with probiotics. So this would have been your healthy trio of 3 delicious, nutritious foods for what I call an incredibly healing breakfast. So let me put this down. And now let me take you through the actual ingredients that we're going to be using today. We're going to be using, like I mentioned before, this is a new grain. Not too many people know about it. It's called fonio. It's put out by the Yolele company, and I get it in the green organic market on Central Avenue in Hartsdale. They're the only place that I can actually find this. So of course, you can get it online. But this is the fonio. Fonio comes to us from West Africa. It's been cultivated there for over 5,000 years. It's loaded with nutrients, vitamins, minerals. It also has a lot of protein, plant protein, and it cooks up very, very quickly. So this, we're going to be talking a little bit more in a little while. I said to myself when I wanted to make this video, I said, what can I do? What can I demonstrate with my background in a 10-minute span? And I knew it had to be something quick, but on the same token, it had to be healthy, it had to be delicious, and it had to be nutritious. So that's why I came up with this, because you're going to be remarkably cooking up very, very quickly. And it's very, very digestible. Great for people that are diabetic, for example. The next ingredient we're going to be using today is this here. This is the Meyer lemon oil. It's an infused oil. And unlike the sourness of the regular lemon, this is a little bit sweeter. The Meyer lemon has a sweeter, lemony taste. We're also going to be not putting this in the porridge, but we're going to put it on the side, which is the Bulgarian yogurt I was telling you about. I love this particular yogurt. It comes in 2 forms. It comes in full fat, or it comes in no fat. I've been choosing the no fat lately because I consume enough of good quality fats other ways. So I think that this one is good for me. But very high probiotic, sour, delicious, incredible. We're also going to be using a little bit of this fine product. This is put out by the Native Forest. This is a coconut cream. So as opposed to having a whipping cream, you're going to be using this coconut cream. We're going to be drizzling that a little bit into our porridge to make it a little bit creamy. And also, if you do dairy, you can certainly do dairy as well. We also have a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt here. We're going to be using that as just to give the porridge a little bit more flavor. I also have, you can show you a little bit, if you can see that. I'm going to try to show you a little bit here. We have the fonio itself. It looks kind of like dried, it reminds me of dried sand on a beach. It looks just like it, feels like it too. except of course it's a little more tan in coloring. Then we have our fresh blueberries over here. Delicious, fresh, organic blueberries at this time of the year. Doesn't get much better than that. And I also just trimmed these fresh mint leaves from my garden outside my window box this morning. I have fresh peppermint, and I have a little bit of spearmint also. So basically those are the ingredients we're going to be using. So now on to the recipe itself. So you're going to be taking a small pot like this. As you can see, there's a small pot. And you're going to be taking approximately a half cup of the fonio grains. Put the grains in the pot. And then I have measured out here already 1 cup of filtered water. I say filtered because I have 3 grades of water here in my place here. I have the regular from the spigot that I use for washing dishes, of course, high in chlorine. Then I have another small spigot that I use for cooking purposes. And then I have the healthy Mountain Valley spring water that I have delivered for drinking purposes. So we're going to be using this for the cooking purposes. We're going to pour that in there. And now we're just going to give it a little mix here. Make sure that all the bubbles are nice and smooth. And basically that's it. I mean, it's incredibly quick. So we're going to close that up. We're going to put this on the burner and bring it to a full boil. We're not actually really going to do that now because I've already prepped some ahead of time. But then you let it simmer. You let it simmer for about 1 minute. Make sure that the grains are all cooked nicely. Take it off the fire, sit it aside, and then you can add whatever you want. You can add your milk, your dairy, you can add nuts, you can add fresh fruit, you can do whatever you want. So let me just put this in the background for right now. And now we're going to be going on to our fonio here, which I've already pre-cooked, as you can see. If you don't work with it right away, it gets a little gloppy, but it looks kind of like a couscous, but not exactly. It's a little bit finer than couscous. And this is not only used as a breakfast porridge. We're making it as a breakfast porridge this morning, but this is also very, very nice to take the place of potatoes or rice or quinoa or farro or any of those other dishes, those side grains that you're used to having. It dresses up nicely in stews. You can use it in soup. You can make a salad out of this with olive oil and fresh parsley and garlic and all kinds of other things. It's incredible. It's really, really good. And people ask me all the time, is it digestible? Yes, it's very digestible. So here I am, I'm just giving it another little mix here just to make sure it's nice to work with. Now, at this point, we're going to take a little bit of our olive oil, the one that I told you that has a little bit of the Meyer lemon, and we're going to drizzle that just lightly over the top, little bit of oil. There we go, there we go. And now we're going to also take a pinch or two of the salt that I mentioned, just for a little taste. Bring out the flavors a little bit more. And you can certainly have it like this. I mean, many people do. You know, they don't like it really like a creamy consistency. But I think I like it a little bit of cream because this is just a little bit too dry. So over here, we have the cream. I kept this here, an extra container that I keep in the refrigerator. And I whisked up some here this morning, so it's nice and creamy. As you can see, it's very creamy here. And now we're just going to pour it in over the top, just a little bit, nice little drizzle, not too much. And now we can mix that in a little bit more, mix that in. So it's a really, really nice, creamy consistency. So there you have it. You also can put fresh pumpkin seeds. I don't use the pumpkin seeds straight because here's why. Because imagine when you chew those pumpkin seeds, they have that kind of little point on there, and you don't want to get them stuck in your intestines. That's what would really be bad. So what I do is I grind them in a coffee grinder, and it becomes like a powdery kind of consistency. You can certainly sprinkle those over the top, get a little extra protein there, and you're getting your zinc, so that's always a good thing. So now I'm just going to place these. I took some ramekins here out. I have 3 little ramekins, and we're just going to build our breakfast again here. So I'm going to spoon from this bowl into the ramekins. So there we have a nice, this is probably enough for 2, I have to honestly say. It's not really, it's a little bit more than for 1. If you're 1 person though, feel free to keep it in the refrigerator overnight. You usually stays for a couple of days, so you can just warm it up in the morning. But as you can see, there we have the ramekin, exactly like we had before. So that's that. And then our blueberries here, like I said, it couldn't be any easier, because blueberries, there's not any work to it, right? And they're so nutritious. So we're going to just take those out. We're going to put it in this little ramekin as well. And then we're going to put a little bit of fresh mint. So I think, being that I have a combination over here this morning, I have the peppermint, as I mentioned. I have the spearmint, which is a little bit larger and a little bit coarser. I'm going to take a few leaves of that. We're going to take, oh my God, I can smell it from here. So aromatic. And then we're going to take a little knife here, and we're going to what they call chiffonade, which is basically trimming it into very fine pieces here. And there we go. You can see me putting it over the top. It's got a beautiful aroma. Another thing that I do sometimes is I take fresh ginger and I mince it up really fine, and I combine it with the mint, with the blueberries. Oh my God, I feel like I'm in 7th heaven. It's just so delicious. So that's that. And then finally we have our Bulgarian yogurt that I mentioned to you before. We're going to take that out, and we're going to pour it also into the ramekin. So there we have about a cup, I would say, probably would be just about right. We're going to close that back up. And as you can see, I'm going to line them up here. So I know I can't really show you, well, I can lean them, I guess. So I have the Bulgarian yogurt here. We have the cup of fresh blueberries with the mint chiffonade. And we have our fonio, our new super grain, our new quinoa loaded with protein and plant protein. So there we have all 3 together. Again, let me just show you the finished product here. Here we go. Once again, looks just like this. So I don't know if you can see it, just probably can barely see it. I have also some fresh, beautiful peaches, organic peaches that I got yesterday at the market. As opposed to having the blueberries, you certainly can take these and slice them up, and also add the mint, which is also very delicious and beautiful. And finally, I also have this beautiful, oh my God, this is almost ripe. This is ripe, actually. This Galia, organic Galia melon, which is kind of like a light green on the inside. Very creamy consistency. And also you can use your imagination. You can add some melon pieces with some blueberries, or have some peaches, or have all 3. And there you have what I call an incredibly nutritious and healing breakfast. So who's going to come to have breakfast here at my house with me today? Well, anyway, I'm really happy that you all, I could share this one of my gifts with you today. And if you want the recipe, I have a very short recipe to send you. I'll be more than happy to do so. So thank you very much for joining me this morning on this beautiful, beautiful summer day. Thank you very much. Ilia Regini, Healthy Nourished Body.
What's the address for breakfast?
What's that?
What's the address for breakfast? You invited us.
Ah, I'm in Irvington. If I see a row of cars, I'll know what's going on.
Wow, that was.
Thank you, Neko. I also would like to say thank you to Neko and Amir for all of their patience with me, because I am not a tech-savvy person. So I am very happy that they were so patient working with me with this. Thank you.
Wow, Ilia,
Great job.
That was really, really awesome. I think that's probably the best presentation I've seen so far. So really well done, and not a blip in the whole thing. It looks like you were recorded and you've cut it 20 times to make a perfect.
Well,
video.
I worked real hard last night.
Well done, very well done.
You could tell you did a really good job.
We don't have a lot of time for comments, but everybody is writing in the chats how professional it was and what a great job you did.
Thank
so
you, thank you.
Awesome.
I really appreciate that. I can say now, right?
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah, we definitely got a different side of you. You know, it's hard to tell exactly what you do, but to see that is really awesome. So,
And I'm hungry.
Well done.
Stephen.
Guys,
I'm over here. I'm a 10 cell pepper.
Yeah, great job.
I have too much food. Who wants some?
Yeah, so I definitely vote that we make her the first showcase when we get back together again. Does everybody agree?
yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Guys, let me just
Seconded.
mention one thing, that Ilia, this is kind of a rehearsal for Ilia's cooking show. Sean just wrote that she should be doing a YouTube show, and Sean is right. So this is the beginning of Ilia's YouTube show. She's gonna start doing this regularly, hopefully, I don't know, once a week. So I hope everybody tunes in.
Yeah,
Great job. Really good job.
We're definitely
Great
in her
job.
corner, and we will be watching for sure. Hopefully, you could get the recipe to Neko, and maybe he could put it on our newsletter or just out.
That's a great idea.
That would be great. We'd love to
Definitely
get it. All right. Well, unfortunately, we don't really have any time for questions, but I think everybody saw what it was, and I'm sure no one else can do what she did, so we don't really need to ask any questions.